Hello, Year 6, it's Miss Jobbins here with your week 3 and 4 newspaper report writing for English. Now, some of you might be going, why on earth, Miss J, are we doing 2 weeks worth of one subject for 2 weeks? Well, we wanted to make sure that you produce some really beautiful and outstanding pieces of newspaper report writing. So therefore, we've included quite a lot of features. So in total, ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be 10 lessons. So that's 5 per week. However, lesson 9 and 10 is going to be sort of amalgamated. That means joined together. So as you can see here, we've got lesson 1 is to identify the features of a newspaper report. 2 is to identify biased writing and write about biased. Lesson 3 is to identify features in newspaper articles and reports. They're sort of the same thing in this aspect. We've got lesson 4 is I can explain a newspaper article. Lesson 5 is I can plan a newspaper article as well as lesson 4. Lesson 6 is I can also plan. Now with this bit you might think, why have we got 3 lessons on planning? Well, one is going to be planning on a structured piece of paper. The other one is going to be your drafting, and then the next one is going to be adapting and editing your drafting. So then you're ready for that with lesson 7, and then it'll be 8 is editing and improving your first draft, and lesson 9 and 10 is going to be writing it up. Now, we're saying with these are just a rough basis, but we are saying with this topic, ladies and gentlemen, is that you have 2 weeks to complete all of the topics and tasks we've put inside this planning, and then follow it through till next Friday. So you've got essentially 10 working days to get your newspaper planned, identify the features, really feel confident about it, and then write it up by next Friday in your extended writing. We do not want anyone writing it up by the end of this week, because that means you've not gone through all the teaching points, you've not gone through all the key features and all the elements on all the slides. We want to make sure that you're really utilising this time. You might maybe push 2 lessons together, that's okay, but as long as you're editing and improving and looking back on your work constantly, then that's fine. We just need to make sure that you're really utilising this time, and just basically you've got 10 working days to write this newspaper report. Now, before I continue, if at any point you do have any questions throughout your learning, or you are stuck on something, or you just need a bit more guidance, please do not hesitate in getting in contact with your class teacher. And also don't forget to be looking at your grammar resource slides. They have been edited and adapted for this topic, and we want you to include all the grammatical features that we've included on those slides. So please, please, please remember to add them in, and pause and look back at this. So today we're looking at lesson 1, where we're going to be identifying the features of a newspaper report. You're going to hopefully by the end of it be able to say that you understand the purpose of each feature, you know the order of each feature comes in, and you can explain why you have to use each of these features. So as you know, we always start our lessons with a spelling starter, whereas today we'd like you to look at these 6 words: communicate, competition, conscious, community, conscious, and controversy. Now, if you don't know what any of these words mean, please get yourself a dictionary and write yourself a definition and look it up, and also maybe practice writing it in some sentences too. You could also use these words for handwriting practice as well, for those of you who are looking to develop and upscale your handwriting skills. So today you need to write down these 6 common exception words from the Year 5 and 6 list on your piece of paper as many times as you can in 3 minutes. Then once the 3-minute timer goes, you need to flip that over and set a 1 minute and a half timer, and write all the words down as many times as you can. Please don't forget to upload this to Class Dojo, because we'd like to see that you're doing these activities as well as the rest of activities on these slides. So please pause the video and have a go at that. Hello and welcome back. Newspapers have a range of features. As you know, we're looking at newspapers. Newspapers have a range of features that are used to attract the reader. How many can you spot in 90 seconds? Looking at the examples on the text. Okay, so get one of the example texts, as you can see on the slides on the side or on the resource section, and can you identify some features that you know of? Can you write down perhaps on your piece of paper maybe some of the examples that you think a newspaper needs to have? Pause this for 90 seconds, write some down, and then come back to me. Hello, you should have written down all of the newspaper features that you know of already, and now we're going to go through some of them. So the features of a newspaper report include the following: a headline, a short subtitle, pictures, the 5 W's, clear paragraphs, direct and indirect speech, facts, formal language, third person, and past tense. Now, as you can see here, we've added some extra information that we'd like you to read through and make sure that if there's anything in here that you don't understand, you ask your class teacher, or you can always research using your skills from week 2. So as you can see, some of these as well are inside your grammar resource slide. So please make sure that if you want to find out more about them, you are referencing your grammar resource slide to support your learning. We also have added 2 website links for you to look at. Please make sure that you look through them and you really become accustomed with not only the features of a newspaper report, but how to write a newspaper article. Headlines. Newspapers use headlines to grab the attention. Headlines try to tell the story in as few words as possible. As you can see here, we've added some examples of headlines. Newspapers will often use wordplay, so that's like a play on words, that's playing around with maybe alliteration or similes or metaphors, and humour to help grab the reader's attention and draw them in. They are often short, snappy phrases that summarise what the report is about. Can you write down on your piece of paper what do you notice about these headlines? After that, we'd like you to have a go at this activity, printing out this slide and identifying and matching the headlines to the opening sentences. So we'd like you to print this slide out, and can you have a go at this worksheet? You need to match each of the 6 headlines to the opening sentence of the article. Look out for keywords that might give you a clue to help you match them. Please pause this video, print this out, have a go, remembering to use the grammar resource slide to support you, and then come back to this teaching point. Hello and welcome back. You should have now all had a go at this worksheet and be ready to move on to the next step of this slide. So we're again thinking about our 5 W's: the who, the what, the where, the why, and the when. In any newspaper article, you need to remember that these are the key things you need to include in your writing. So you need to think about who is the newspaper report, who is involved, who witnessed the event. You need to think about what happened in the chronological order, or what order did it happen in? What did the people involved do? You need to think about where did it happen? Where were the people involved? Where did they go? Why? Why did these events happen? Why are they newsworthy? And why would people enjoy reading about them? And your when, you need to think about when did the events take place? When were the police informed, if they were at all? Who was informed and when were they informed? And also, you need to think about the how. So you need to explain each of the points you make. You also, when you're writing a newspaper report, and please remember you can go to the grammar slides to support you in more detail, write in third person. We know that all news stories use the third person style of writing to tell them information. This allows articles to explain and give lots of information without limits or opinion. So as you can see here, we've broken down what is third person, and we've also provided you with some support videos here. Please make sure you go through these to support your learning. We'd then like you to look at this example newspaper article here, printing it out. We want you to see how many features can you spot. Can you highlight and underline each feature that we've already identified, and all the features taken from this section here, and all the ones you've identified from the videos? Can you identify them now in this model example? We'd like you to highlight and underline each of the features and label what they are. So I recommend printing out this slide and having a go at that. If not, you can always annotate it after screenshotting it. So we are now going to pause this video, and then we will take you through some of the answers on the next slides. So here are the answers, ladies and gentlemen. You need to make sure that you are ticking these off whenever you read them. I'm not going to read through them all because you need to do that yourself and make sure that you have not only included them, but you can identify them once you've seen them. Can you then edit and improve your work by making sure that you've annotated your final piece? So, as you can see, there's a catchy headline and subheadings. There's also a byline. We've also got introductory paragraphs, formal vocabulary, and passive voice. You've also got a commentary on the main events. You've also got a picture with captions. You've got commands. As well as that, you've got direct speech, brackets for parenthesis, third person, and concluding paragraphs. Now, if you don't know what some of these mean, for example, parenthesis, as I always say, make sure that you go through your grammar resource slides. Now, you need to go through each of these elements when you come to it on your slides, making sure that you have not only upscaled and edited your work to include all of these, but you've also annotated your learning to make sure that when you write yours, you're using this as a model text and you know where and what and when to include them. We hope that this has been helpful, ladies and gentlemen, and we look forward to seeing your annotated versions as well as your SPAG activities from lesson 1. We hope you have a lovely day, and as always, please ask and let us know if you have any questions or you need help with some learning. Good luck and speak to you soon. Bye.